it was a sad day for our country, but thank God he's okay, and it's just sad of those that have were injured and lost their life.
It's unbelievable, and it's so sad. Being excited to go and seeing someone that you admire in person and being a victim of domestic terrorism, which this is. I don't care how anyone cuts it. That's what it is. Politically motivated. That's the definition of terrorism: is a non-state actor committing violence against civilians for a political cause. That is the textbook definition of terrorism. So I've seen in the media today them saying, "Well, FBI said it might be domestic terrorism." You think, guys?
What
Of
was
course
his?
it is.
Did they know if the shooter's background was tied to anything as
So my
people?
assessment is that he's definitely an Antifa type. Yesterday I mentioned Shinzo Abe
Right.
and his assassination, and him and President Trump were friends because they were both in office at the same time. They got to meet each other on a couple of instances, and I remember Trump being really saddened by his assassination. Someone made this really nice ode to him.
Nice.
Shinzo making the same fist that Trump did. Someone found this and superimposed it, almost like his spirit was kind of protecting Trump. Just a cool image that I like. Oh
That's a
my
great
goodness,
photo.
that's a Pulitzer right there, and
It is.
I'll put that up
That's
right
almost
here.
the Iwo Jima type flag raising photo right there, man.
The guy who took it.
Minus the 3'2" Secret Service girl that's in there trying to cover Trump's body.
Trump was protecting her.
No offense again, but
He said, "Come on,
I'm just.
I'll
I mean,
lead you to safety, dear."
isn't that awesome that he rose above Secret Service agents,
Oh yeah,
rose above them when they were trying to protect him, of course,
he
and
said
get him
no.
down, and he rose above them to give the fist and to say fight or whatever it was. He said something that began with an F. I want to think that it was fight.
I think it
But
was fight. It was. I first thought I saw it's either fight or it was fuck you. That's right. Or it was a combination of fuck you. That's right. Fight.
yeah, I think he said fight is what he was saying, but it's just he's an amazing man. He is unbelievable. I really glad that he is okay, and it's just really, again, I hate. It's just sad that an innocent person, lost their life, and you got some people still in critical condition. We need to be praying for and hoping that come out of this.
100%. Let's just bring up video I did yesterday because it has the line of sight in here. Can just go over that one more time. Now this is
Look at that.
that is insane to me. I mean, that's
That's makes no sense why that was not
it makes no sense.
secured.
It's JFK style stuff all over again. I
Yeah,
will have you back, Dad, in maybe the coming days, and we can. I know there's been some interest from people how we differ on our theories about JFK assassination.
one thing I want to say about with the JFK, with we were talking about when I was listening to your opening uh, on the new platform that you opened up, that it's amazing that it's always the same thing with people that have not heard report of firearms before.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
it's always the firecracker comment.
it's always
It's
fireworks.
firecrackers. I thought they're firecrackers, and they said that the JFK assassination. They said and this, and of course you can hear the rat tat tat pop pop pop, however you want to put it, and that sound. It's time to kick some ass. But
Oh,
they
I knew immediately what it was.
right.
It's always underwhelming. That's how I define gunfire.
And I find it. I appreciate the fact that the the JFK assassination. They're all pointing over to the grassy knoll, and the people are seeing people in the grass behind the wall in the grassy knoll. And in this particular case, they're screaming and yelling, "Hey, there's a man on the roof! There's a guy on the roof with a gun!"
You don't say.
And so, I don't knowing myself that if I was told that by somebody, that would definitely be something I would have to be responsible enough to at least check out.
So there
And
is that report today. I don't know if you've seen it that a local PD identified him and did start to climb up the ladder.
oh,
And when he reached the top, the would-be assassin pointed his rifle at him and then immediately went back to his shooting spot and started firing. So even though this local police officer has been getting some shit for not engaging him, he did engage him to one degree. And perhaps, I said yesterday, there's only two reasons why President Trump is still alive. And that's either because his sights were slightly off or he didn't breathe. And maybe if this cop didn't interrupt him, he would have had a chance to take full breath, exhale, and take the shot that he wanted to. He might have been a little rushed because of that. So,
or Trump just turned his head at the right time and made the movement that saved his life.
Or as Steve Bannon said yesterday, he's wearing the armor of God.
Yeah, it could be divine intervention. Going back to your point, that I don't, like I said, they can't Monday morning quarterback any of this, but I just know from what I do know, I'm just shocked that they did not have that building secured, where that guy would not have been able to climb up that ladder to the top of that roof.
There's a series.
I mean, they're not talking like it's a 600 yards away. You're not talking that it's 3 miles. You're talking 130 yards.
This is 130 yards.
How many feet is that? And correctly,
that's 390 feet is what that is.
I mean, less than 400 feet. That should have been something that definitely should have been.
And with an AR, you and I have gone to the range. We can hit that with a decent sight. So, and we're not like amazing marksmen or anything like that. Even look at these series of buildings here. You could even take a shot. Maybe this tree is in the way on the secondary building, but there's a potential to have a shot from that place, or even the one behind it. You see where it says AGR International Inc.
Right.
A good marksman could make that shot easily.
Well, they did in Dallas, 1963. They did triangulation of fire, man.
Those damn KGB snipers, man.
Oh, they weren't KGB, man. I think it was Woody Harrelson's dad, man.
Yeah, sure, right.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's dad.
Yeah, it's his dad. It was Cheers guy's dad.
All right, let's watch it, and we'll end with this and just your thoughts on how chilling this really is. I've watched it many times so far, and it's still this very shocking, but not surprising.
That pop, that tat 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 sound gets my hair standing on the back of my neck. That's for sure. You don't ever forget that.
Yep.
They see something that said, "Take a look at what happened."
Oh, yeah. I'd like to count that out. How many seconds? At least a couple of seconds before he dropped down. If not more than that, I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it's 1.5 and then 1.5.
He's just amazing. I mean, I know some people don't like him, but I got to tell you, man, this guy is the spirit of America right here. He's resilient with everything he's had to go through, and he stands up, and after literally being shot millimeters away from being killed, it amazes me. He stands up and said he probably had some expensive shoes, which he should. And he says, "Let me get my shoes on." I mean, he's not thinking about, what.
Well, you're in shock. You're in shock.
Oh, sure he is. But that's my point with Trump. He keeps his head level-headed all the time. He's level-headed. And that's the kind of guy we need to be having running this country. Somebody keeps a level head, and he's not, and he gets up and he.
Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold on, your head is bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus.
Let me get my shoes. Watch out. Wait.
love the guy, man. Yeah.
It's an iconic moment in American history. You know, not something that happens every day, not something that happens every year or decade for that matter.
Well, but never, this is something that's happened many times over the decades. So, but thank God it had well, outside of the poor guy who lost his life and the other people that are critically hurt. As far as our next president's concerned, it's that he took it through the air, man.
Jeez.
He's one tough son of a bitch, this guy. Anyway,
So 50 Cent, who's a gangster rapper dude and has become conservative over the last few years or whatever, he was known for being shot early in his career a bunch of times and survived or whatever. And he posted a meme with Trump. I'll put this up in the edit. He posted a meme of Trump's head on his body with bullet holes, and then he did a show last night and he had Trump in the background. It seemed like a badass gangster.
I mean, just going through something traumatic without getting hit, right? Being shot at or getting anything that traumatic can take you down a few notches for a while. But this man actually gets hit, and and he gets up. Like, all right, let's go, bring it on, man. He is truly an amazing individual.
We're gonna have a big week this week. We're gonna have the convention, and I think it's gonna be like no other convention ever. And it's going to contrast what the Democrats are going to have next month, which is going to be 1968.2.
Yeah, I do. I think you're right.
What are the odds that they put it in Chicago?
I think it's going to be 1968 Chicago DNC or whatever convention all over.
They're holding it in Chicago.
Well, there is a difference, though. There is a difference. The cops back in 1968 didn't care about taking the batons out and taking it to
Mayor Daley told them to beat the shit out of all the hippies. So
yeah, they did. So this one, they'll probably be handing out blankets and water and saying, "Well, are you overheated? Do you need some water? Do you need some? Oh, you need a blanket? We have sleep tents for you over here.
We have estrogen soy milkshakes."
Oh boy!
Anyway. I'm so glad we are laughing today because Trump literally dodged a bullet. Literally dodged a bullet. And not only he dodged a bullet, but we were about half an inch away from the Second American Civil War. And we wouldn't be podcasting today if that happened. I think there
would have been a lot of upheaval. There would have been a lot. The entire
country would be on fire right now.
Yeah, thank God that didn't happen. And President Trump, if you hear this interview here, you watch my son's podcast here, we love you. We're glad you're okay. And you're a badass. You are a badass, President Trump.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Dad, thank you very much for doing this.
No, thanks for having me, son. I love you.
Well, we'll have you back. But
all right. Yeah, we need to talk the JFK conspiracy thing, man.
We'll do that next. I'm sure it'll be
we'll ask Woody Harrelson to join us to get his opinion.
Sounds good. Love you, Dad.
Love you too. Bye.